Tish Conlin seems proud of having one of the more less impressive resumes that I've ever seen in my life. Let's take a look at it. Detox coaching. She coaches your liver, because if you need detoxifying, you've got a liver problem, and that's something you should see a medical professional for. A liver will take care of you nicely as long as it's healthy. Reiki and energy healing sessions. Well, that should be a red flag right there. Reiki is pseudoscientific garbage. There's no such thing as energy healing sessions. Emotional intelligence assessments and training. I really don't know what to say about that. That's something people just judge. There's no professional requirements for that. Nutritional assessments and coaching. We'll be returning to that one. That's the rub in this one. Resilience and Thrive coaching, whatever that is. And personal success coaching. All stuff that you don't need any sort of qualifications for. You simply tell a person that they're nice or they're not nice, and let's work on it. This is, as I said, one of the more unimpressive resumes I've ever seen in my life. Hello and welcome back to The Simple Skeptic. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. Hit the little bell, you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. And hit the like or unlike button. I can't tell you what to do. I'd prefer a like. That helps boost things a little bit. Tish Conlin. What we're going to be looking at today is her ideas. I can't call them... well, you can't call them any sort of qualified assessment. Her ideas on nutritional assessments and coaching. She obviously doesn't know much about nutrition. She obviously knows nothing about nature. And let's take a look at why. This is one of her posts claiming to give nutritional advice. It's about the current trend towards some people starting to eat insects, like crickets, things like that, various other insects, which are not harmful. In fact, they contain a lot of nutrition. Her ideas are somewhat different. Insects contain chitin, which cannot be processed by our intestines. Chitin is a chitin. Okay, I thought it was called chitin, Tish. Are you changing the name now? I don't know. Chitin, I presume, is a tasty polysaccharide for cancer, parasites, fungi, and anything else that causes disease. It is not a food for mammals. Only birds can safely process insect food. The digestive system of birds is completely different from ours. Now you know why they want us to eat bugs. Insect food is poisonous. So why would someone, I presume the authorities, want to poison us? Poisoned people can't work. Poisoned people can't contribute to the economy. Poisoned people are a drain on the economy. Poisoned people are a drain on the healthcare system. What's the intent behind this? That's one of the first questions I ask. But let's get into the rest of it. What is chitin? Well, let's take a look at Encyclopedia Britannica. Chitin, a white horny substance. Get your mind out of the gutter. White horny substance found in the outer skeleton of insects, crabs, and lobsters, and in the internal structures of other invertebrates. It is a polysaccharide consisting of units of the amino sugar glucosamine. As a byproduct of crustacean processing, chitin is used as a flocculating agent for wastewater, a wound healing agent, a thickener and stabilizer for foods and pharmaceuticals, an ion exchange resin, a membrane for chromatography and electrodialysis, a binder for dyes, fabrics, and adhesives, and a sizing and strengthening agent for paper. So it has many uses, and some of them seem quite recommended. A wound healing agent, not bad. A thickener and stabilizer for foods and pharmaceuticals, that's important. But she seems to think that it's a poison. First of all, let's explain what insects are. Insects are arthropods, along with lobster, crab. I think we eat those. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we eat those, Tish. Ever had any? Lobster is very tasty. So Eating insects, how would that be different from eating lobster or crab? Shrimp. I really don't think there's any difference at all. Yes, there's probably some insects out there that would be poisonous if you ate them. But we've been eating insects for a long time in various cultures, and I'm certain the dangerous ones have been figured out by now. There are people eating tarantulas. There are people eating spiders. In Southeast Asia, it's considered one of the more staple foods. They're defanged when they're caught. I presume the venom glands are removed, but they're fried up and eaten. I don't think I'm going to try one myself. I have a little arachnophobia. I have a lot of arachnophobia. So let's take another look at this post of hers, specifically one part. Only birds can safely process insect food. That is 100% bullshit. There are many insectivorous species amongst mammals, reptiles, fish, other insects, amphibians. In fact, it's one of the more important food sources for many animals, and even plants. If you include things like pitcher plant, sundew, Venus flytrap, there are quite a few carnivorous plants out there. I don't know how someone who graduated grade 8 couldn't know that. Tish Conlin seems to have very little knowledge of the natural world or of humanity, because, as I said before, humans around the world have been eating arthropods, insects, crab, shrimp, lobster, for a very long time. It goes back into prehistoric times, well into prehistoric times, including larval forms as well. Grubs. You ever see a Australian indigenous person eating witchetty grubs? They're a huge, great white grub that they dig up out of the ground and cook them up, and apparently they're very tasty. Bats and dragonflies eat mosquitoes. They're arthropods, insects. Smallmouth bass eat crayfish, and they love them. Spiders eat flies. Baleen whales eat krill, which are small shrimp. Is she too ignorant of nature to understand this? On the flip side of the coin, we have positive effects of eating chitin. This is from the American National Institutes of Health. Immune response to eating chitin linked to better health. Eating a type of dietary fiber called chitin evoked an immune response in mice that was linked to better metabolic health. The findings suggest a potential therapeutic target for obesity and other metabolic diseases. Dietary fiber reduces the risk of metabolic orders such as obesity. Chitin is a common type of fiber found in fungi and the exoskeletons of insects and crustaceans. It can trigger an immune response akin to an allergic reaction. Unlike most dietary fibers, chitin can be digested by mammals, but the mechanism by which this happens is unclear. Okay, so someone with no legitimate credentials whatsoever is trying to overturn the findings of the National Institutes of Health, staffed by professionals with degrees in medicine, biology, chemistry, biochemistry. Sorry, Miss Conlin, you fail magnificently.